Hi everybody. Some tips and tricks. Here's my parsley, and I had tried out something on YouTube. What you do is you cut a soda bottle in half, cut a small hole in the bottom for the reservoir, then you take a paper towel. Say you, I'm just going to use a piece of TP. You fold it in half. Actually, you use two pieces. Fold it in half again, and then you fold it in half again, and you commence to roll it up. Then you get another full piece of paper towel, and you stick this inside the paper towel. You put it in through the bottom of the neck of the bottle. You can see, I don't know if you can see that piece of paper towel that's this part here that's sticking through. And then the rest of it, you flay it out on the outside, and then you put your dirt in, and you transplant, and this becomes a self-watering container. Now, what I also did is, because this was so little, I had this plastic lid on here that I used to help stabilize the new transplant. So now I'm going to very gently take this off. Gotta very easily tuck those leaves through there, very gently, very gently, very gently. There we go. It's out now. Now, the other thing that you can use for plants is simply a skewer. You can use all kinds of different things. You can use pieces of branch that are outside that you've trimmed off from the trees and whatnot. So you can put that in there, and you can take a little twist tie and put it around the stalks to gently hold it together, just like around the bottom, just like where my fingers are, like that. And you don't want it, when you do that, you don't want to do it really, really tightly. You want to do it loose, but the way that it's sitting right now, see, if I were to just unravel that and pull that around, it's going to sit like this in the container, you see. So I prefer to have it up like that. Now, another thing that you can use these lids for, these are actually off of slushy or coffee, mocha coffee, and that. You can use them on top of a 3-inch pot. 4-inch pot, you can fit them on. Anything bigger than that would have to go on the inside, like it was in that one. This one is a clean one. And so I use them like a greenhouse effect. I reuse all my containers. Here's another idea that I came up with. Does anybody know about these yogurts that they have in the store now, where you have the like the granola inside the yogurt, and then you put it in there and you stir it around and you eat it? Well, here you go. I'm just going to remove this. You take your yogurt container and you punch some holes wherever You can leave a little bit of area in there for a reservoir if you wanted to, like, you know, and punch your holes up there so that if it overflows in your reservoir, then it'll just spill out into another container, and use the top as a greenhouse. Okay, put your dirt in there. Another thing that I would use or reuse would be a flat tray like this, and you can see that it is about 1.5 inches thick. See? Then you can set your whatever you want in your trays, and then whatever spills out of your plants will go into the tray. And if you fill up this tray that is to above the holes that you've punched in your container, it will then, when it starts to dry, it will then start sucking up the water that's in the container. Another thing I do is I take ice cream buckets, and I cut a hole out of the bottom of it and turn it upside down, and this creates a greenhouse effect for new transplants in your garden. So here's another one. You see, I've taken a Maxwell House container here, and this is the top, and I've cut a hole in the bottom. So then I would take this thing here. Oh, also I've also punched holes on each side where I stuck some stakes through, some metal stakes. I don't know if you can see that or not. So that, because it gets windy here, if you have windy conditions, you can take a metal, and what I did is I hooped it. I took a piece of metal, but I also hooped it. I stuck a stake in this inside, and then I took and I hooped a piece for later on once the plant starts getting a little bit bigger. But at nighttime, when these seedlings are young and you don't want them to get damaged or too much rain, you can then take the top of this and put the lid on. And these snap on quite tightly if you match up the lid with the correct. This one doesn't fit on there, but if you match the lids, you can also use all of your lids, ice cream and otherwise, as trays for plants so that they don't overflow onto your table, your rug, or whatever. Okay. You can also reuse these because these are food grade and there was food in them. You can reuse them to repot plants like I have in my video that I put up just a few minutes ago on my garden update. And let's see, I think that's all for now. I use the hoops. I'll take hangers, and extra hangers, and I'll straighten them out and hoop them, and then I'll take plastic grocery bags, say, and you can take them so that you've got the hoop going this way and going that way, and then you take the grocery bag and put it over top of that and clothespin it towards the bottom of the hoops so that or you can put cement blocks or whatever kind of block that you want on there. Okay, I hope that those tips might help you out, but recycle and reuse everything that is food grade. You can reuse as planters. Some of the planters that I have that say chicken came in, I'll fill them up with dirt and I'll start seedlings in them. They're awesome. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.